Hey, good Monday morning, my friends. It's great to be back with you here from the Friedman Adventures studios at beautiful 22nd Street Landing in San Pedro, California. It is great to be with you all. All right, we've got a lot to catch you up on. The El Patron has arrived here at 22nd Street Landing. We've got some video and an interview with Captain Chris Isaac about the trip from Washington on down here to 22nd Street. Are the bluefin tuna really biting? We'll find out more about that as we go through the scores. And is there really more weather on the way? Not looking too good for tomorrow, that is for sure. And Tom Durer and I go out and check out the squid situation. All that and so much more this morning on the Morning Briefing. Good morning, my friends. So good. Hey, it really is great to be back with you all again. Thanks so much for joining us. It is always a pleasure, especially to get the work week started with you all. It's Monday morning, and it's a little chilly out there, and we've got some weather on the way, unfortunately. It looks like Tuesday's going to be really windy in many locations, so it doesn't look like a real good day for sport fishing, but we can get Monday in, that's for sure. We can get today in, so we'll see how that goes and then get an indication of what is going to happen. You know, when we get that wind, we'll get subsequent drops in water temperature. But as Daniel Powell, a good friend of mine, indicated to me, you know, bluefin tuna can regulate their body temperature and they're more immune to these water temperature drops, so they keep biting. Where other species like yellowtail, they don't like it. So when we had that recent blow, it blew through the Coronado Islands there off of Tijuana, Baja, Mexico, you know, just a stone's throw from San Diego, and the water temps went down 6 degrees, even 7 degrees in some areas. And what happened? The yellowtail bite went down the tubes. I mean, we went from catching 20 to 80 yellowtail per boat per day over there on the yo-yo iron and dropper loop to not much at all. So we'll cover all of that as we move through today's report. But first of all, I want to take you to a little bit of video. Chris Isaac arrived Sunday night into 22nd Street Landing, and I was there just to say hi to him and his lovely family. They were here to meet Chris. They missed their dad and husband, so they were all here, and it was nice to talk to him. By the way, before Chris gets on here, he didn't talk about it in this little interview we did, but he told me that going by Santa Barbara Island yesterday, they went by there and they saw an incredible sight. Killer whales, orcas, just ripping a gray whale to shreds. Kind of sad, I know, but it's just part of nature and just an awesome thing to have witnessed, I'm sure. All right, let's go to Chris. That'll run into my little foray with Tom Durer, and then I'll be back with lots more in just one moment. Chris, how was the ride home?
It was good.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, it was
A little
long,
rough?
though. It was rough, long.
How long did it where'd you come from, and how long did it take you to get here to 22nd Street?
We left from Washington, Westport.
Yeah.
We left Wednesday around 4 p.m.
Yeah.
and I think we only rest like out of the whole since Wednesday, and now we took like a 15-hour rest.
Yeah.
Out of that, because of fuel docks not being open and stuff when we showed up to the marina.
Yeah. So you're glad to be back with your family, right?
Yeah.
And then what? The work starts on the boat now?
We're starting work right now. Look, we're doing boat work already.
I know.
Trying to get the shore power going.
Oh man, you're not wasting any time.
Tomorrow we'll get all these barrels and all this other stuff off and start the work. Maybe
All right.
start the plans,
Yep.
to demolish the galley and redo it,
Awesome.
Make a nice galley.
Awesome, man. Well,
She
welcome.
ran good.
She ran good. Everything's good.
Yeah, nothing. Everything worked good.
Perfect.
We got a couple extra parts that came with the boat.
Yeah, Tom was noticing that.
Couple.
You better move because look behind you.
All right. Well, we're ready, man. So, what's the time frame? You have any idea, like when you're gonna head for Puerto Vallarta? A month?
We're trying to do it in a month.
Yeah.
Get out of here in about a month.
Yeah, perfect.
But me, Jay, and Rick are gonna we're gonna have a meeting.
Yeah.
And get things going. Yeah.
Right
Plan it
on.
out,
All right, looks good, Chris.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'm happy that your family and all these guys are here.
Yeah.
That is for sure.
Thank you.
You could see how happy Chris's wife and kids were that he was back home again. All right, Tom Durer and I went out to check out the squid situation, and we found some squid. We also found a good buddy of mine. Haven't seen him for years. John Fuqua right there.
It's a small world. I thought I had one.
You don't have crap.
I'm fixing my Phil Friedman now.
So Market Squid continues to push into our local waters, in this case an area right off Huntington Beach called Iser's Reef. We were able to see quite a bit of fish there. It looks good and bodes well for the future. All right, Chris is back. Tom Durer is his usual self. Always a lot of fun. All right, let's get into it with you right now and see what is going on in the Bluefin tuna zone. Some boats did really, really well. Some boats did not do very well at all. New Loan's one of the guys that did great with a 2.5-day trip, 2.5-day trip, only 14 anglers, limits of Bluefin tuna, 56 on the BFT, and there is not a darn thing wrong with a hit like that. A day and 3/4-day trip. Also out there on the Producer, they had 10 bluefin and 1 yellowfin tuna. The Old Glory, with 27 guys on a day and a half, had 27 on the bluefin tuna. So there are some decent scores still going on, no question about it. But there were some misses also. The Cortez on a day and a half trip, he had 4 bluefin tuna. The Tribute had 1 bluefin tuna on an overnight trip. So you get this kind of mix in scores right now. Now, there are daytime fish, but they've been biting on the lighter line. And again, it has not been exactly wide open. The nighttime bite, hit and miss. Sometimes you get them, sometimes you do not. Sometimes they do not bite. And I think this weather just needs to settle a little bit more. Unfortunately, tomorrow, Tuesday, is going to be messy, no question about it. So, as I was waiting late last night for you all, I was waiting for the Pride to come back in because Jeff Yeomans from the 540 Slingers Club, just a great guy, a veteran of our armed forces, so I always thank him for his service. He was on board, and I grabbed him to give us a candid idea of exactly what was going on for bluefin tuna on board the Pride, as well as what they caught at the island. Let's check it out. Take it away, Jeff. Jeff Yeomans, my friend.
Mr. Phil, how are you?
I'm great, man. It's so good to see you.
Oh, it's great being here.
You're back in from the Pride, so I want to
Yes,
pick
sir.
your brain a little bit because we got a whole bunch of people on the morning briefing who are like, hey, what's going on with this? So first of all, let's talk bluefin tuna.
Okay.
What was your experience with the bluefin on this trip?
Oh, we found them on sonar,
Yeah?
and we were out towards the 381 area.
Okay.
So it
Near
seemed-
San Clemente Island?
Yeah, it seems like they moved off the banks because that wind dropped the temperature pretty bad out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we found a good amount. They were probably 30 to 50 pound range.
Okay, nice fish.
Yeah,
Not
good.
the giants,
No,
but catchable.
Yeah, very catchable.
Yeah.
It seemed like they fought a little bit harder.
Really?
Pound for pound, I see these were some of the harder fighting bluefin that we came across today.
And were they finicky in terms of fluoro and lighter line, or were they? What was the preferred tackle?
The preferred tackle would be either 30 or 40 pound line.
Okay.
Fluoro helped,
Yeah.
but we also had somebody catch them on just straight mono and a Colt Sniper type jig.
Okay.
So they bit that too.
And size hook on the bait?
Anywhere from a 2.0 to a 3.0.
Okay, so you didn't have to drop down to a real small hook.
No.
All right, good.
No.
And did you see fish boiling around and stuff?
I
or-
did not see anything boil. Every time that we came across something, it was basically Sean finding it on the sonar.
Okay, and I'm guessing the whole fleet was there. San Diego boys, everybody.
Jeez, yeah, everybody, their brother, some private boaters. It was a crowded day out there Saturday.
Did you give it a nighttime look at all?
No, by the time I'd say it was about 10 a.m. Saturday, we had sea lions crash us real bad when we were in the middle of the bite.
Yeah.
And that seemed to scatter the school that we were on. And then we went looking and looked till about 2 in the afternoon and all but disappeared, at least in our case.
Okay, so kind of iffy on the bluefin tuna.
Yeah.
And we've got another wind blow coming in here
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah. From if I was to guesstimate, I don't think it looks too good at this point.
Okay.
I'd say they might be
Saying bye-bye?
Yeah, they might be looking for warmer waters and greener pastures and the whole thing at this point.
Okay, very good. And so at 2 o'clock, what do? Do you go to Clemente?
Yeah, we
Okay.
went in tighter to Clemente, and we found some good calico fishing. We found some sheep's head, and stuck around there to make squid overnight.
Okay, so and did it float under the lights, or you just snagged it all night, or
No,
what?
we got it to float under lights, but it wasn't really any large amounts at a time. We were just using the typical dipper net, and through the night made about 100 pieces.
Oh my God, those poor guys! You think they'd get some sleep, but if you're
No.
doing that,
No,
the
And
crew gets no sleep.
No, and they seemed happy to do it. I mean, one of the great things about the Pride, they don't stop. Don't want to stop.
Work ethic is
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yep.
This whole industry, that work ethic. But on that boat, I noticed that Robbie, Axel,
Yeah.
Mike, and we had Bruce Smith on our trip. They were
Okay.
all just going full speed all the time.
Yep, we had Sean was first, Mike was running second ticket, and we had Dre in the galley and also helping Robbie on deck. And just going. There was a time we had about 7 bluefin all hooked together, and we had to get Dre out of the galley, but they handled it.
Shoot, 7 bluefin at one time. That's a pretty decent
Yeah,
little signal
pretty
there.
amazing.
Yeah, so maybe if we get away from this wind and we get a little solar warming again, who knows?
Yeah.
It bit into the new year last year, so
Yeah.
only time will tell. So at Clemente, you ended up doing what? You stayed there the rest of the trip, or you ended
No.
up at Catalina?
We ended up at Catalina this afternoon,
Yeah.
Sunday afternoon, and we were hoping to find white sea bass because we had a little bit of intel, and we went to that spot and unfortunately didn't find white sea bass, but found all of the bonito we could ever ask for.
Yeah.
And they bit jigs, they bit the squid that we made. It was just amazing. I'd say we put on 70 to 85 bonito in about an hour.
And I saw the photos, man. They were nice, big, fat bonitos,
yeah,
weren't they?
Yeah, nice grade bonitos. And, just not line shy, 40 pound, a surface iron, mega bait type jig, all over it.
Do you eat your bonitos?
I sure do.
They're good, aren't they?
Yeah.
As long as you take care of them.
Yeah, and this went right into the RSW.
Yeah.
I mean, they took care of it just like it was a cow bluefin.
Yeah.
Just amazing. I mean, the quality of it's, when people give bonito a bad rap, it's like, oh, because it wasn't taken care of.
That's exactly right. It's some of the best sashimi I've ever
Oh,
had,
yeah.
Jeff.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to having some at lunch with my coworkers
Oh,
tomorrow.
man. Have some on the morning briefing with your cup of coffee. That might be a little too early.
Yeah, maybe at lunchtime. Maybe when I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to be on your show on Tuesday night. Or
Perfect. And before I let you go, tell us a little bit about the 540 Slingers Club, because I got to tell you, we had that big celebration down here for our, 1 million views.
1
That's what it
million
was.
views, yeah.
And you come down, you set up, you have all the rods there. Thank you for always being there for me. Thank
it's
you
my
for your
pleasure.
great support. And so people that want to, well, first of all, what is the 540 Slingers Club?
We're basically a bunch of guys. We're kind of loosely based out of the San Gabriel Valley, but I have people all the way down to Temecula and San Diego. And we like to throw surface irons.
Okay, yeah.
And we like 9 and 10 foot rods.
Who
And,
doesn't?
Yeah, and if we were gonna have our choice to catch a fish in a certain way, it'd be a surface iron bite.
Absolutely.
And we just like to get together and fish on these great boats out of 22nd Street and try to throw our irons and put together a great day or a great weekend, depending on how long our trips are.
And so if somebody wants to join, do they call a number? Do they look at a website? What's the deal?
The 2 easiest ways would be on Facebook. It's 540 Slingers Club on Facebook, and through Instagram, I'm 540_slingers_charters.
Okay, perfect.
And just contact me. We don't charge. We're just looking for members that share our love of surface iron fishing.
That is so good. All right. Anything else you need to look at all those folks on the morning briefing and tell them if they're going on a trip? Is there any other advice, or have we covered it all?
I'd say the season's not over, but it's a ticking time bomb. It could end, especially with this wind coming up Monday, Tuesday. If it's as bad as they say they are, it might be time to hit a boat out of San Diego and fish Mexican waters, because everything we have here at San Clemente to the banks seems like the water's really cooling off.
All right, Jeff Yeomans, always a pleasure, my friend.
Always. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, my pleasure.
Appreciate it. All right, great stuff from Jeff Yeomans. We can all learn so much from anglers who were just out there and experienced all of that. So that is so good. All right, let's talk islands. You know, the Coronado Islands, we referenced them up front in today's report. Water temp still down. San Diego had a lot of rockfish on board, so they had nice rockfish, and they had 3 yellowtail. So they got a little bit of degrees of water temp back, and a few more yellowtail kind of zoom back in there. But unfortunately, Tuesday is going to blow again, so we're probably going to go back down on that water temperature. We'll just watch it very, very closely. You got a good idea about San Clemente Island from Jeff. Bonito, calico bass, some nice grade yellowtail running around there. Catalina Island, the freelance was there with 200 plus on the Bonito, and that has been the rule at Cat here lately. Very good Bonito fishing, occasional pops on the yellowtail, little bit of calico bass, and good rock fishing. If you decide to focus on that, you can do really, really well on that. So Bonito and rockfish are the primaries. Out there at Santa Barbara Island, there's good rockfish, occasional halibut and sea bass. Channel Island's really good rock fishing up there in that neck of the woods with some halibut and also some sea bass. And, you know, Tom and I were out chasing that squid around up there in the Channel Islands. There is a ton of that squid. And this is fluid. You know, I mean, this could change. I mean, all of a sudden it's not at the Channel Islands and it's at Catalina, or it's all those places. I know Catalina Island was worked over thoroughly last night, and there was no squid at all, and there had been quite a bit. So, as I say, it's a fluid kind of situation. Along the coast, rockfish, that kind of thing for the most part. Really good for a lot of the guys catching shallow water rockfish, and a few bass here and there up in Redondo and Marina del Rey sculpin. Rockfish, that kind of stuff up there for the island spirit. Really nice whitefish and sheep's head and, you know, other rockfish up there in that neck of the woods. But as I say, Tuesday is going to be nasty, so we'll have to watch it very, very closely. All right, so much good stuff for you here tonight, or this morning, I should say. I'm so happy that we were able to bring it all to you. And once again, I will be back today and tonight if anything else changes. Keep that in mind. Andy Cates, he runs the Red Rooster 3. He was just up here to the Friedman Adventures studios. He has got an incredible adventure awaiting you in Mexico this February. It's something you can do with the whole family. It's something that just seems to be mind-boggling, jaw-dropping. There's so many great experiences awaiting you, so I highly recommend that you check out that great podcast that will air just a little bit later here today. All right, my friends, have a happy Monday, a great start to your work week, and I hope to see you again really, really soon. So many of you have asked me, did I think about taking the lobster when we were about to be smashed onto the rocks of Punta Banda? I'll let you listen for yourself. Yeah, he's got him. Make sure you take the lobster. Make sure you check out the entire video on the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel.